people at home, people that were watching the play-by-play, people that were watching along saw what it was tonight. A complete dismantling of this vaunted Magic defense. Knicks came in and did the damn thing, bro. Stars led the way. Brunson and Towns. Brunson set a great tone tonight. Karl Anthony Towns with a double-double. I thought both guys really just did an excellent job, especially with the switching of the Magic and just handling their one-on-one matchups, handling their handles, and winning those matchups. My number one key for this game was going to be the Knicks' shooting efficiency against a stout Magic defense. Flying colors. 50% from the field, over 40% from three, and you had 6 Knicks in double figures. Great night for the Knicks offense, man.
Absolutely great night. And look, man, you could play the Pelicans highlights, you could play the Magic highlights. It doesn't matter. Both were an ass kicking, so it doesn't really matter which one you're playing. It's the same thing either way. The one thing I will say about this one, though, great win when they played against the Denver Nuggets on their West Coast trip. This, to me, is by far the better win, in all honesty. And I know that Magic don't necessarily have the prolific offense. They're missing Paolo. But the way that the Knicks won tonight in a high-stakes game, right?
Yeah.
If the Knicks lost this, they're out of it. Magic, they could lose. They're still going to be. They're still in it. They're still in the Emirates NBA Cup.
Yeah, they fought their way into it. Right?
They fought their way into it.
Yeah,
they fought their way into it. Celtics Nation was probably looking on the outside and said, "Oh, get to 37, so that way we can get it."
Yeah.
Too bad for you guys. But anyway, good win for the Knicks. I like this just because CP. We got to see the offensive powerhouse that this team can be, and then defensively. This is the defense that we've been waiting for. They turned it up a notch. Now, I know this Magic team is not the greatest shooting team out there. They're in the basement when it comes to knocking down threes. But the way that the defense showed up and showed out tonight, you got to love the progression that this team is showing right now. And that's by far the biggest takeaway for me and why I like this game the most out of all the games. Yeah, you talk about all the guys just getting to double figures in the starting rotation. Love all of that. And you know what? I called Josh Hart getting a triple-double. If you all tapped into Game of the Week preview and how we broke it down, I did say Josh Hart was my X factor, and I did think he was going to get the triple-double tonight. So that he did. Just an excellent win overall, man. Really comes back down to a solid two-way performance by this Knicks team.
Yeah, no question. And just like you said, it wasn't just the Knicks shooting well tonight and the Magic not. No, the Knicks went out there and set the tone. Even though the Magic jumped out to a 9-2 lead, I thought this Knicks defense was aggressive. And it starts with the head of the snake. Right now, Franz Wagner is one of the hottest players in the NBA and certainly the leading man for the Orlando Magic while Paolo Banchero rehabs the torn oblique. And I think, look, I might be crazy here, bro, but I think the stat sheet is a little bit misleading tonight in that, yes, you'll see that Franz scored 30 points, 6 dimes, 10 of 22 from the field. But I thought that when this game was really within reach and within real time, I thought OG Anunoby did a phenomenal job on him. They sicked the dog on him. Individual defense, OG was stout. The help defense turned up between Karl Anthony Towns, Josh Hart helping off of his man, Mikal Bridges as well. I thought when the game was really within balance, the Knicks did a great job on Franz tonight.
They did. And look, as you said, you can look at the numbers. He still got his. But the other thing I want to point out is that even though Franz, they went out to that early start, they were able to contain Franz the best that they did. What they really did was make sure nobody else was going to beat them. They were like, all right, if Franz is going to go get his because he's taking that next step, fine. Let him go get his because he's taking the next step. They stopped everybody else, though. Jalen Suggs, non-factor. Mo Wagner, non-factor. Wendell Carter Jr., non-factor. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, non-factor. Very few guys really made an impact in this game from the Magic side, and if any at all. And it was really just Franz, right?
Yeah.
I mean, sure, you could say defensively they had somewhat of an impact to start off the game, but even that wore off quickly just by how the Knicks were able to dismantle it. And the thing is, when you watch this team unfold and just the versatility they have offensively, whether it was getting Josh Hart to just attack the paint and get easy layups, right? Reverse layups, whatever it may be. Karl Anthony Towns. I really like how Cat played tonight.
Let's talk about it,
honestly, this dude, he is really making me eat my words. I'm not going to lie, because I didn't expect all this. He is playing so physical in the paint. And the one I mean, there's 2 plays. If he got that pass to Mikal Bridges in the right-hand corner with that pass, the roof would have blown off MSG.
Yeah,
But the other one
beautiful.
The other one was when Mo Wagner, right, stopping him from attacking from the left side baseline, and you thought it was about to be the Boogie Cousins meme all over again. And you just see him, he goes nonchalant. I was like, you know what? F this. I'm going to do the turnaround, knocks it down, looks at the ref, looks at Mo like, you ain't stopping me. Where's my call? And gets back to the other side. This game, Karl Anthony Towns, man, he has just been playing out of his mind. And the physicality that he's bringing into the paint offensively, it's refreshing because we haven't seen from the 5 in such a long time a guy like this. So Karl Anthony Towns, and just absolute monster time, man. Monster performance.
And I'm showing the highlight, right? That highlight that you're talking about right now. He looked at Mo Wagner like, bro, stop playing with me right now. All right, here's his turnaround. Take that. Out the basket. Splashed it in his eye. I mean, that was vintage Karl Anthony Towns right there. And give credit, man. I loved how Towns played with a mean streak tonight. Because the Magic have that identity of being a physical team. They're a tough team. I thought Towns really met the challenge tonight. And then from a scoring standpoint, they had no idea what to do with him because he was able to be versatile, both scoring from the outside and on the inside. Let's get to Mr. Triple-Double, man. Let's put some respect on his name. Josh Hart, you called it. 11 points, 13 boards, 10 assists, 3 steals, and 4-6 from the field. Your thoughts on Josh Hart tonight, man?
I just felt like this was going to be a Josh Hart game, man. I mean, you're talking about a team in the Orlando Magic that plays a gritty style. Honestly, this is kind of like the early carbon copy of what the New York Knicks did, right? Wasn't a great three-point shooting team when the Knicks got Tom Thibodeau as their head coach, but what they did was muddy it up by playing top-notch defense, and that's what the Magic did tonight. And so with that, the counter was going to be, right, how are we going to do this? Because they're going to have Jalen Suggs guarding Jalen Brunson. You know what they're going to try to do. They're going to try to limit your paint touches. So it's going to trickle down to somebody else who's going to have to be a gritty, do-it-all type of guy. And that just fits Josh Hart's name.
Yeah.
So you're going to need somebody who's going to facilitate if they're going to be guarding Brunson. We've seen Josh Hart do that at the beginning of the season. He did that tonight. You're asking for a guy to go crash the boards because they're going to try to stop Towns from just cleaning the glass. There you go. Guy crashing the board tonight. And then you're going to talk about efficient scoring. Josh Hart's just been shooting the ball so well and figuring out how to get to his spots. Mid-range jumpers, threes, reverse layups, just regular layups, whatever it is, attacking in transition. Josh Hart can do all of that. And I just felt like because you're going to need that type of guy to like give you that edge, right? We got to think about the emotional part of this game too. We saw the physicality, the kind of bad blood that we saw between Mo and Cat tonight, right? Mm-hmm. Don't think Josh Hart's not coming into this game saying, you know what, this team's going to be gritty. I got to turn it up a notch. I got to get dialed in because if I'm falling asleep at the wheel, we saw what happens when he didn't take his assignment, Rashashay down in Atlanta seriously, right? Next thing you know, guys are just going to be walking into threes. Tonight, he certainly knew. And we all know why the other reason Josh Hart turned it up tonight, CP. You know why. He wants that watch.
He wants that AP.
Wants that watch.
He wants that AP. And shout out to the roommates, man. You know, Brunson said he wants to get that $500,000 for the squad. They're one step closer. They'll have to get past the Atlanta Hawks to get to the quarterfinal round in Vegas. Did they say when that game is going to be, that Hawks game? Is it the 10th or 11th at Madison Square Garden? I'll be there, man. We're trying to get to Vegas.
I'm still looking for the updates on that one.
Yeah. All right, so we'll figure that out. But I agree with you there, man. I think that, you know, with Hart, he didn't want Orlando coming in here with that reputation of being the tougher, more physical team. He wanted to set that tone himself, and I thought he did a phenomenal job in doing that. The 10 assists, he's another point guard out there. You know, we've talked about Jalen Brunson for a number, and Jalen Brunson, the reigning Eastern Conference Player of the Week. We talked about Brunson's ability to play make. Look at Josh Hart. Career high right now in assists. And there's another incredible stat that we're going to get to later on in the show that really shows Josh Hart's impact on this team, which I found to be really remarkable that we're going to get to. But I thought he set the tone for a good stat for the Knicks tonight. The Magic coming into this game, Al, was number 2 in the league in opponents' points in the paint at 42. Knicks had 48 tonight. So They were able to get what they wanted there, and I thought Josh Hart led the way. 4 or 6 from the field, all 4 makes at the basket. Had a couple of and ones in this one as well. So just a good job just trying to get it the ski mask way from Josh Hart tonight. Zay from Maryland. Zay, go ahead and unmute your mic on the Discord.
CP Alex, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, sir. How you feeling tonight, sir?
Doing good. How you guys doing?
Good, man. Nick win. Bum night. NBA Cup. Trying to get to Vegas. There's a lot of good things going for us right now.
Gotta love it.
Yeah.
A few things. I'm going to just throw it out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
The NBA knew what they were doing by giving us Boston and Cleveland early in our schedule, right? We're still trying to work the kinks out, right?
Yeah.
We had a tough schedule early on, just kind of going through the gauntlet of just fast running gun teams. We made it out the gauntlet. It's January. It's going to be December. Sorry. It's December now, going into January. We're about to just smooth out as far as the players, the chemistry. Everything is just looking good right now, right? We're trending upwards. And I think we're going to just continue to trend upwards, man. Off the top of the head, I don't know where we would be if we did not trade for Cat. Just thinking back of not having a center and relying on Julius to be our backup center.
Okay.
It would have been rough, right?
Yeah.
And I want to definitely shout out to Leon, the front office, and just everything that they've done has just preached patience, and it's preached intelligence, basketball IQ, right? They haven't the old regime would have made a bunch of knee-jerk moves, and this regime has been just continuously, the key word has been patience, and we've seen the riches of it, right? So I would also add that to the fans and just kind of bring that to, we continue to show patience. We're going to see Mikal come through like on the other side, looking better than ever. This is year one. We can't find perfection in year one. I think the further years, we got to remember, we still got a couple more years with this team.
Yeah.
And the more years, it's going to be better and better. So I do want to just make sure we practice patience on just like kind of writing off players early on, because I know that a lot of people wanted Mikal, they were on his head, as far as how his play. And it seems to be coming back on the other side of it, things. But patience is virtue, man. I just like what I'm seeing in totally. And Cat has just been a perfect addition to the team. Subtracting Julius, my biggest thing has always been with Julius is addition by subtraction, meaning once he's off the team, all of the other players are going to have to step up and going to feel a little bit more involved. It's just the flow of the game with Julius, and I have nothing but respect for Julius for what he did for the team.
Yeah.
Has just been consistent with, his style of play and Cat's style of play. We're seeing the riches of it, and look at Minnesota.
Yeah.
Minnesota's just been self-imploding just from how they want to play and missing out on Cat, and now trying to figure that out with Julius and Dante. So, like I said, I want to say go Knicks. I'm just excited on the team, how the team's been and stuff like that.
Okay.
And just shout out to you guys for holding it down, man.
So to you, man.
We're going to keep going up.
Zay from Maryland on the check-in. Rate that call in the chat. 1 being trash, 5 being facts. You see, Al, you're slowly starting to see people coming around and understanding. Hey, listen, I'm just a conductor here.
Oh my God.
I'm just a conductor here, but you're slowly starting to see people understand what some of the issues were that were plaguing this team. It's now moved over to Minnesota. I'm just a conductor, though, man. I'll let people have their say. Julius Hive was very rambunctious while he was here. So we let them have their say, man. Have their opinions heard on their guy.